Hey everyone, it's JD with geometriccharts.com, and today is August 15th. It's 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and this is the 4-hour chart of Bitcoin, BTC, USD on the Bitfinex exchange. This video is not investment advice, and then let's go ahead and get started. So basically where I left off on my Monday video was that this market is going to take time to base out, recuperate some energy, and then take off from there if we do start to base. I went through various scenarios. If you want to watch that video, it's a much more in-depth video than this one will be, and it just talks about the different scenarios that I'm looking for on the longer term time frame. On the longer term time frame, meaning in the next like month, 2 months, that's pretty much long term for Bitcoin, I am bearish on Bitcoin. However, during the short term right now, I'm a little bullish because what I think is going to happen is that we're going to bear flag out from this zone, whipping and thrashing around, and that's going to cause the volatility to throw a lot of the shorts off. There are a lot of shorts in this market right now. Everyone's bloodthirsty. Everyone's getting very bearish. The sentiment has dramatically changed since this massive drop that we had, right? So we get these bear flags, we whip people off, and basically beat the heck out of the shorts, attract the new longs, the new lambs come, and then we slaughter them all for further downside. So I think that from the bear flag, we're going to beat those shorts off, attract the new longs. Mainstream media should come in, do their job at deceiving everyone. Again, people on social media are going to hype it up. That's it. It's the bottom. We're going to the backside of the moon where Lamborghini Island is for all the cryptocurrency holders, and everyone is going to be insanely rich. I mean, well beyond, you know, their imaginations. That's the sentiment I'm kind of looking for. I'm looking for us to start to peek into that zone. Not trying to make fun of anybody, but the whole idea behind trading is, yes, you have your technical analysis part, but a large portion of it is the psychological part of what's happening with the traders. That's what these charts can tell you too at the same time. So you start reading charts and you kind of start to, you know, get a feel for it, as well as paying attention to what everyone else is talking about. So I imagine over the next, going into like probably tomorrow, maybe into the weekend, through that time frame, I think we're going to see that sentiment start to change. We're going to start to see exactly what I was explaining, obviously jokingly about some of it, but I think we're going to see that bear flag again will attract the new longs, and then we should continue back downward, elongate in the process. As you can see, we're visually in a bear market. It would take a massive intervention to really change some things here, but no one can argue that we are not making lower highs and lower lows. So we are going to, I have to assume we are going to continue the downtrend, especially after forming yet another bear flag, and that's what I'm expecting at this level. I've talked about that in my prior videos too. So where I think we're going to head from there is we'll smash through the 5750 area. The big question is, from that area, do we hold around the 5500 area or not? This is the next level of support that we'll have to travel through. You can see it's a pretty big level, but it kind of goes down into the low 5,000s. If that area does not hold, it's all the way down into the 4,000 territory, and things can get very dicey if we do make that trip downward to that level. Now, that 4,000 level, that's pure fantasy. Anyone talking about that level is crazy at the moment, because we have to smash through the mid 5,000 to low 5,000 area before we can even entertain that idea. So during the bear flag, though, I do think that we could potentially whip up to about maybe the 6,800, 6,700, 6,800, somewhere in that area, but it is more than likely going to be violent as price is whipping around, more like a washing machine effect essentially throughout the weekend. And then again from there, going probably into early or mid next week, I do think we are going to fall off that cliff. The question is, do we smash through the 5755 area on Bitfinex, 5750 on Binance? Do we smash through that area or not? And I think if we smash through the area, we're easily going to run into the low to mid 5,000 range. If we smash through that, then see you at the 4,000. We'll have a party down there, wait for the bottom, maybe find a buy opportunity at that zone. But Those are the two things to look for. So kind of a fast analysis of everything real quick. Again, if you want something more in depth, check out Monday's video. Not a lot has changed. Again, I've been looking for a nice bear flag to form. I think that's exactly where we're at right now to wash out some of the sentiment, because we are at extremes with the bears. The bears have had their fill. I mean, look at the alts. The alts have just been absolutely massacred. Even during this relief rally that Bitcoin's produced, the alts are marginally ahead or they are under Bitcoin's performance. Now that is an event that should really be telling to a lot of people, because if you follow this market, the alts are always typically always outperforming Bitcoin, well, like leaps and bounds. I mean, it almost becomes a joke to why you would trade Bitcoin versus the alts. Why you trade Bitcoin is because you have more stability, you have more money flowing into it. That's what, that's where I focus on. But the alts are really lagging behind here, and again, I think they got massacred. I think they gave us those red flags here. A lot of the alts started peeling away. They're like, hey, we just got attacked by bears. Don't go that route. And then obviously Bitcoin followed through. So again, Bitcoin's making this relief rally. If we do bear flag through this area like so, and the alts are really underperforming, then I think that really emphasizes and confirms that there's more downside in this market, as the internals of this market, which I would call the alts, are kind of like the internals, are starting to rot and deteriorate away. And as that happens, then it's going to bring down Bitcoin. Bitcoin's market share is also growing faster too, something I've talked about in my prior videos. Anyone who's been watching me for a long time knows that I thought that a lot of the alts would get smashed out. There would be a consolidation of power, and Bitcoin would be, essentially the juggernaut, the head of this beast. And I think it's going to continue to do so. Maybe in the future, one of the other alts, or maybe something else, down the road, comes into the market to eventually replace it or do something like that. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball, nor do I care to really fantasize about the future in that right now, especially in this video. But that's always been, basically a prediction of mine, is that these alts would be smashed out. There's just way too many of them in the marketplace right now. There has to be a consolidation of power. There's not 1,500 different fiats out there. I understand fiat is not the only responsibility for these cryptocurrencies, or the only avenue that they can, the only facet that they can be used on. But at the end of the day, I think one of the biggest things for this market is obviously becoming a replacement for fiat in the future. Whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's something else, it doesn't matter. Either way, there has to be a gigantic shakeout of the market to consolidate that power, right? You start consolidating that power, you can start redirecting that energy, and you start redirecting that energy. It could be to Bitcoin, it could be to something else that hasn't even hit the market yet. It just depends, So anyways, that's just me kind of getting out in the future there for everyone. But tomorrow there will be no video, but the next video will come on Friday night. That will be the end of the videos that will go into the weekend, and then another Monday video on Monday. So it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday are my videos. I thank everybody for their time, everybody for their support. If you do like the video, I try to give like some numbers, I try to give a little more meat in this video than I have in the past. I'll try to do that too. So if you do like that, comment down below. Let me know, let me know what you like. Let me know what you do not like. If you do like the video, like, comment, subscribe, follow. If you don't like the video, you can dislike it as well too. Either one, constructive criticism is welcomed. And if you want to learn more, I do have a subscription service that's at geometriccharts.com. I cover Bitcoin, various other cryptocurrencies, Litecoin, Ethereum, EOS, Neo, Ripple, ADA, IOTA, Bitcoin Cash. I cover those in the morning and at night. Every single day, I post numbers, figures to look for, stop areas, profit target areas, resistance, support, etc. I do all that for all of them, update those charts on a daily basis. I also cover the stock market, commodities, and some Forex as well too. So if you want to learn more about that, you can visit my site at geometriccharts.com. Then at the bottom, I do have the links to my social media accounts, Twitter, YouTube, and the Slack channel. So again, hope everybody has a great day, great night. I'll talk to everybody on Friday.